Here at WUSA 9, we verify, and tonight we're looking into the science of COVID-detecting dogs. Yeah, you heard that right. We know our four-legged friends have a great sense of smell, so can they really be trained to sniff out COVID, or is that just some sort of sci-fi fantasy? Our Evan Kosloff went straight to the experts to find out.
2 hours north of the nation's capital, you'll find the Aberdeen Proving Ground. It's an Army installation, and on this visit, we met a new recruit. This
Where is that toy? Is it in here?
is Fenton, not even a year old.
Here it is.
Dr. Michelle Mon is his handler. She's also a scientist at DevCom's Chemical Biological Center. And while it may look like this dog is just playing around, he's actually at work.
He has the desire to work. He has that bred into him.
You see, Fenton is currently being trained to detect a chemical called 1-bromooctane. It's like a training wheels odor for puppies. When he gets older, he'll be trained to detect any number of dangerous smells.
So
Mon showed us how the training works.
he will have to decipher out of these 6 options which one is the correct one.
So we started sniffing.
Good. Sit. Yes!
And of course, he chose the right one. Meaning Fenton gets some treats as a reward.
It's just like when we teach our dog to sit.
Exactly.
This time you're teaching it to smell something.
Exactly. Search.
So what will Fenton's future hold? He could be a bomb-sniffing dog.
Sit.
Maybe he'll be trained
Good boy.
to identify drugs.
Good boy. Here.
Or he could be on the front lines of a new innovative battle.
That's a good boy.
He could be trained to detect the smell of COVID.
We're just sort of seeing now or exploring the limits of what dogs can do.
So just like we have dogs at airports smelling people for explosives, we could hypothetically have dogs like this at big events to try and smell out COVID.
Yeah, and they already are.
It's a novel idea, but is it really possible? Let's verify. Can dogs be trained to sniff COVID? Outside the secure building, we met our second source, Dr. Patricia Buckley. She oversaw a study that looked into this exact question.
Was it like mildly successful? Was
It was phenomenally successful.
The study was a partnership between the Army, the University of Pennsylvania's Penn Vet, and various canine training facilities. Here's what they did. In phase 1, dogs were given samples of urine and saliva from COVID patients and detected the illness at a rate of 80%. They then moved to phase 2, giving the dogs t-shirts worn by COVID patients. They were able to detect the virus from that at a rate of 90%.
Dogs can smell a whole array of things that humans can't, and so they are able to pick up on different odors. And really, the difference of these dogs is that they're trained to alert on those differences.
In fact, these dogs were so good at smelling COVID, they could detect the disease before humans even knew they had it.
In fact, we even had the dogs going crazy, and then the trainer found out they had COVID.
A trainer didn't know that she had COVID,
Yeah.
and the dogs were basically alerting her.
Yeah.
The study still needs to be peer-reviewed, but it tracks with what experts currently understand about just how good a dog's sense of smell is. According to our third source, the American Kennel Club, some breeds of dogs have more than 100 million scent receptors in their noses, making them at least 100,000 times more sensitive than our noses. So verified, preliminary data shows that dogs like Fenton can smell COVID-19. But whether this becomes the future of COVID detection remains unclear. Meanwhile, back at the facility,
Fenton, here, search.
Fenton continues his training, all in the name of keeping us safe.
Good.
These dogs are amazing.
It was unreal. It was unreal. Oh, they never fail to amaze me. He's a good boy. You're a good boy.
Also verified, Fenton is a good boy. And if you want to see more about this study, just text the word verify to this number, 202-895-5599. We'll send the link right to your phone. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kosloff.